What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Lowdown. I got a lot to talk about today, so let's jump right into it. So now the first thing I want to talk about today is the Pittsburgh Steelers becoming one of the pioneers in a brand new way to look at practice. So they have come out as the first team to be using the MVP dummies, the mobile virtual player dummies, in practice to help better mimic game situations. Now, if you look at these dummies, I remember seeing these last year. I don't remember what university, probably some prestigious one somewhere with some really smart people, was looking at these dummies, and they were basically the tackle dummies that we've all seen before, and they've been adding basically bottoms to them and making them robots and movable. So I think it's a really cool technology, so let's take a look.
Was originally developed as a product to simulate player motion on the field in an effort to reduce player-on-player contact, specifically at Dartmouth College, but then now through other teams as we've seen the usefulness of it at.
With it, it's an awesome piece of football technology. I'm always interested in ways to utilize technology in terms of the teaching of football.
So I don't really see anything wrong with these at all. It takes players out of other harmful situations of having to try and mimic game speeds in practice. It takes trainers out of those, maybe because if the players don't want to get hurt trying to tackle each other. So I think all in all, it's going to be a great thing for the sport, and we'll see how many more teams pick it up in the near future. So next, I want to talk about J.J. Watt. Now, J.J. Watt has joined the list of all the other prestigious athletes that have their own logos, from Jordan to Tiger Woods. Now you got J.J. Watt. So this logo is in partnership with Reebok, of course, his sponsor, and it even comes with its own hashtag, hashtag Hunt Greatness. Now, I'm not sure if they'll probably be doing his own shoe from this logo or something like that, but for right now, they're basically calling it his stamp of approval, as you can see by the shape of it, and so we'll see where this goes from here, but good job, JJ. And next, I want to talk about James Harrison. Now, we all know the NFL loves doing their random drug tests, just like Pat McAfee, how he made a joke on April 20th, 420, and surprisingly, a random drug test arrived at his door to test him for substances. However, they seem increasingly persistent at ensuring that James Harrison is clean. And of course, I would be too. Look, seriously, this guy is a 38-year-old man. Look at the work he's putting in here. Now, unfortunately, in the past, he has brought us along for the experience on Instagram. If you follow him, I definitely do, so go check him out. So he's brought us through the whole experience of getting drug tested, but unfortunately, the last tester that let him film was fired, so James Harrison decided to spare this guy's job, as he said it's not the drug tester's fault that he's here, it's the people that hired him. So he decided to put the camera away, so unfortunately, we couldn't see where it goes. However, I'm pretty damn sure he's clean. If you see the work he's putting in, you understand how good he is at his age. And my final big story for the day is that U.S. congressional investigators have concluded that the NFL tried to privately attempt to influence a government study on brain injury. Now, this study was going to cost around $16 million, and the aim of it was basically around football and to better diagnose brain injury and brain disease, also known as chronic traumatic encephalopathy. You could just call it CTE though, it's a lot easier. Now, fortunately, the NFL was going to grant the NIH, the National Institute of Health, $30 million to conduct this study. However, in December, they decided to rescind the money after the NIH did not play ball with the NFL as they asked. So the NFL wanted Dr. Robert Stern removed from the lead role in this study. And it's pretty obvious why, because in the past, he's been very critical of the NFL and their handling of brain injury and brain disease. So after Robert Stern was not removed from the lead role in the study, the NFL took their money and put it into their own brain injury committee, which is basically like saying, we're not the bad guys because we paid ourselves to say we're not the bad guys. Luckily, the NIH decided to stand their ground and has continued to do their study the way they want it to be. Unfortunately, though, the $16 million is now coming from taxpayers instead of the NFL. And this week, of course, we always go through our signees at the end. We had a lot of signs this week. The first one being Jalen Smith, the former Notre Dame linebacker, signed a 4-year deal with a $2.9 million bonus. Now, it hasn't come out yet how much it was going to be, but they do speculate it is pretty similar to the Miles Jack deal, as they both went very high in the second round. Miles Jack had a $6.3 million 4-year, so it should be somewhere in that range. This week, the Cowboys also signed running back, former Ohio State running back Ezekiel Elliott to a deal. Now, he received a 4-year, $24.9 million deal with a $16.3 million signing bonus. Next, the Jacksonville Jaguars signed corner Jalen Ramsey. Now, they signed him to a 4-year, $23.3 million deal with a $15 million signing bonus. Next, the Broncos signed ex-Patriot linebacker Dakota Watson to a 1-year, $2.6 million deal with a $260,000 signing bonus. Now also the Eagles have re-signed guard Matt Tobin. They signed him to a 2-year deal. We don't know how much it is yet, although they said it is less than his 1-year tenure last year, which was a 1-year, $1.6 million deal. So who knows? I just love reading all these deals. It's like, after the amount of money I've talked about in this, that is more than I'll make in a lifetime. And these guys are 23-year-old guys, and they've already made more money than me off their signing bonus. The Bengals have also signed a 4-year extension on safety Sean Williams. They gave him a 4-year deal worth $19.5 million. And lastly, the Rams have signed a 1-year deal with D lineman Dominique Easley, but it's only worth around $600,000. Yeah, that's right, only $600,000. So there you guys go. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of The Lowdown. If you like this video, don't forget to like it. If you really liked it, don't forget to share, as it really helps me out. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Any other stories you want me to cover in next episodes of The Lowdown, don't forget to leave those down below. Also, maybe by the time when you're watching this, the LF shirts will be out. If they are, they will be linked to the first link in the description. And yeah, thanks.